This streamer has been making waves in the streaming world over the past 4 years, and she earns millions of dollars a month through her streams. But who is Amouranth, and how did she become so famous? How did she end up in the streaming world? And why did she decide to retire and disappear from social media? Hello, I'm Adam. I create weekly videos in YouTube, and today we're going to talk about Amouranth, who made a fortune through live broadcasts. So without further ado, let's get started. In 2016, Amouranth entered the streaming world starting out in gaming, and she wasn't doing anything remarkable. But in 2021, Amouranth started doing strange things to gain more fame on Twitch. These things only served to make her more famous, and the world's most prominent newspapers began to cover her. But all of these things were unimportant for her, because her main source of income was from the donations that her followers sent her. The sums were so large that she bought a gas station in late 2021. Despite all this fame, Amouranth remained a mysterious figure, and no one knew anything about her private life. But all of that changed in 2022 when she decided to go on a live stream, talking about her husband forcing her to do streams, and she also talked about how all her money was transferred from her account to her husband's. But who is the husband who is exploiting her, and why didn't she change her content after she was able to divorce him? To answer these questions, we must go back to her beginnings in the world of streaming. Amouranth, whose real name is Caitlin, was born in 1993 in Texas. As a child, she was very attached to her family, but this attachment only increased when her family decided to separate.
And I was stuck with my other brother, who had like the middle child complex, if you've seen that before, where it's like they don't get the attention of the young one, but they also don't get treated with respect like the older ones, so they just kind of like act out of spite. So he was kind of rude to me until he became...
Her childhood was so poor that she stated in an interview that she couldn't leave her home because she didn't have the money to go anywhere. In addition, she suffered from loneliness and difficulty finding real friends, which made her love animals even more. And this was due to the loneliness she experienced living in a poor family that didn't have the ability to participate in anything. During her teenage years, Amouranth was still suffering from bullying because of her focus on her studies and her love of video games. This led her to decide to drop out of school and start a business as a children's party planner and designing costumes for children's parties.
I can kind of like handle being bullied, since I was bullied a lot in school for being a nerd before that was mainstream these days. People weren't like really fond of girls who were into video games. The guys were like, ew, it's a girl who likes her stuff, and the girls were like,
Really?
Ew, you like boy stuff.
She was able to raise money to start her own business by making party outfits, and later she opened a second business specializing in pet games. However, in 2016, she received an offer from Twitch to open an account. Amouranth accepted the offer and began hosting live events on the platform, but she wasn't succeeding. For this reason, she continued her work as a fashion designer, but she had the idea to create costumes specifically for the streams she was making. Twitch banned her many times because of the costumes she was creating. Despite the ban, the company reinstated her within 6 months. Amouranth returned to streaming and began hosting live streams for over 12 hours. And she began to gain thousands of followers and earn thousands of dollars. She also began hosting live streams with many other streamers. And some people began attacking her for making money in the wrong way. But some other people defended her and her right to do what she wanted.
It's so disgusting. I'm disgusted to call myself a human being when I see other people doing this, taking advantage of things like this.
She also began creating ASMR content, and streamers began exploiting ASMR to get more young people to follow them. But Twitch began to take notice and decided to ban over 50 streamers for violating the platform's guidelines. This prompted Amouranth to open an OnlyFans account. From there, she began earning over $1 million a month through this site. All of this work was done without her family's approval. Because in every interview, she talked about how religious her family was. But none of this mattered to her because she was earning millions of dollars from this site. One day, she stated that she regretted not joining this site at a younger age. As a result of the widespread fame she gained through this site, she faced many cases of assault from her followers, to the point that one of them broke into her home and tried to burn it down. Many of her followers were also chasing her and trying to break into her home. But none of this mattered to her. Instead, she was striving to increase her follower count through the strange things she did. The most famous of these was when she decided to sell the smell of her fart, and shockingly, she was able to sell more than 1,000 cans of it. She stated that she earned more than $100,000 from this idea, and as a result of the huge uproar, Amouranth was banned from TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch. A year later, in 2022, she decided to stream a video of herself talking to her husband while he yelled at her live. This caused a huge uproar because she received threats from her husband on the live stream in front of everyone.
I tried to tell you what I heard.
Did not say that? Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
And everyone was asking who the threatening person was. His photo was leaked, but no one was able to find out his real name. Until the day police reports leaked, revealing the lawsuits between them. All the reports indicated that this person was emotionally exploiting Amouranth for money. His condition was that no one know anything about him or their relationship. After this live stream, a guy who worked with her tried to call the police to inform them about Amouranth's husband. 2 days later, she decided to do a live stream talking about her husband and how he forced her to wear revealing clothes to get more views. And many people and YouTubers sympathized with her and her story. At the same time, many began to say that she and her husband had gotten back together and became friends. They exploit the controversy they've created for money. But Amouranth refused to talk about this topic in any interview and she appears in. And if we look back at her old interviews, we find her denying that she's married or in a relationship with anyone. However, most streamers hide this because, in their view, it could decrease their follower count. However, a story later emerged showing leaked photos of Amouranth from 2018, with the same person she was accused of being her husband. Amouranth's reaction was strong, and she decided to file a lawsuit against the person who leaked the photos. And not only that, because she continued to stalk him until the day she was able to hack his YouTube channel and permanently shut it down. But the stories don't end there, because in 2023, a marriage certificate was published between Amouranth and the man whose photos were circulated, whose name turned out to be Nick Lee. Amouranth confirmed that she and her husband had divorced and promised that her content would be changed to better content. But to this day, the content hasn't changed at all, and she's still using the same method. Everyone said that the divorce story was just a rumor so she could hide her marriage to this person and maintain her followers. Her comment on the lack of content change is that her goal is to build an animal protection center. Although she made over $2 million in 2023, Amouranth stated that this amount wasn't enough to achieve her dreams and that she still needed more money. As for her wealth alone, there are many leaks and Amouranth's net worth is reported to exceed $25 million. Now that you've reached this part of the video, you're ready to watch the next one.